Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be finger crocheting a cat bed with this roving. I've had it for a while now and decided I needed to do something with it. So we have a cat. We never planned on having a cat. We were not cat people, but this cat kind of found us. My husband and I a couple years ago had gone across town to get some soil in our dump trailer, and we came back home and we emptied the soil out and found this little tiny black kitten in the equipment bed, underneath the equipment basket, underneath the bed of the dump trailer. Very scared, of course. She's itty bitty thing. She literally fit in the palm of my hand. She was so tiny. And we listened all night to see if we heard the mom come looking for her, because now the trailer's been moved and everything else, but she never did come looking for her. So we we now had this little kitten, and what are we going to do with this little kitten? We went and got stuff to do the formula and everything, which she did not want. She wanted regular soft cat food and shoved her face right into it. And we started calling people we knew that had cats to see if anybody would want it, and could not find a home for her, and thought, well, we'll just keep her as a garage cat. And she went into my son's room every night, and before you knew it, she was in the house and just kind of became part of the family. We kept trying to figure out what to name her, and we tried a number of different names on her, and none of them just sounded right. And she actually has ended up with the name Cat. My one son will call her Kitty Smalls, but in general, everybody just calls her Cat. And she responds to it. It fits her. I don't know. We have a cat named Cat. But she came to us at just the right time. We had a dog that was had to be put down probably about a month or so after we got her, and she was just this bundle of energy and entertainment, and it was really kind of fun having her run around, and she has completely grown on us. And I think she's more well behaved than any of the dogs in the house, and I don't know, she might be more well behaved than most of the humans in this house. She's a pretty good cat. And like I've said before, I spin my own yarn. Well, whenever I have the fluff or the roving, which is very similar to this is an acrylic roving, but whenever I have the fluff or the roving out, she beelines for it and sticks her face into it, tries to just start grabbing at it. It's the funniest thing. I mean, I cannot explain it properly to do it justice. It is so funny when she does it. So when I thought about doing this, I thought, oh, she's gonna love this because it's exactly the stuff she likes to grab and steal from me. So I thought that's a good way to use this ball of stuff that's been sitting in my yarn stash for the last couple of years. So I decided to do this. And I did get her into it for a picture at the end of this, but that was so far about the extent of it. She kept jumping out, and it was all I could do to get the picture. So I'm hoping after it's sitting there and she's not actually getting put into it, that maybe she'll decide, hey, this is kind of neat. I think I'll play in it. But so far, she's not the biggest fan of it. So we'll see. Like I said, this is a synthetic roving. Um, I think it's acrylic or something. Anyway, I did take some of this at one point and pull it apart and use it as regular roving for a project. And then I had bought some red that's similar to this, and actually tried to spin it. And you can spin it, but the staple length, that's the length of the fibers in it, is so long that it's really hard trying to pull the fibers apart as you're trying to spin it. So I would say spinning with the synthetic fibers is definitely a fail. Does not work very well. So I couldn't help but look up and see how they make the acrylic yarn, or most likely the same as the acrylic fiber. Acrylic yarn is made from coal-based and petroleum chemicals. Doesn't that sound fun? Making them a fossil fuel-based fiber. The petroleum chemicals are treated with certain monomers, a type of molecule that leads to the formation of polymers. Acrylic fiber and yarn are made from a synthetic polymer called acrylonitrile. Don't think I said that right. The polymer is then dissolved and the resulting gel is spun into thin fibers using an extraction method and spinnerets. These fibers are then spun, wet or dry, before being washed and stretched. It's these fibers that can then be spun into yarn. Well, when they're talking about the extraction method and spinnerets, it sounds like the way spiders make their fiber. But I don't think it's as natural. Well, I know it's not as natural. Sounds really kind of, and that's what we wear. There you go. Hmm. Speaking though of spider fiber, I have seen their fibers being used and spun and made into this absolutely amazing dress. It's really kind of insane. It's this gold dress. This amazing gold dress is the world's largest piece of cloth to be made from spider silk. The silk was painstakingly harvested from more than 1 million female golden orb weaver spiders by a large team in the highlands of Madagascar. I mean, and I forget how long they said it took. I mean, it took a long time for them to get enough fiber to do this. And then you got those little tiny strands. So they're trying to combine multiple strands together to create um, thread large enough to actually sit and weave. And when they wove it, they wove these intricate designs into the fibers and then sewed those pieces of fabric together to make this dress. And the dress was on display. It's a shawl and cape. I'm sorry, not dress. It's a shawl and a cape. And they were on display at the V&A from January to June of 2012. So this was done a while ago, but I only just recently had actually heard about it. And it was, I believe it was done by Simon Piers and Nicholas Godley. Um, and they were inspired by 19th century accounts and illustrations, and they decided to revive this forgotten art and try and spin with the spider silk. I honestly cannot imagine trying to harvest all this spider silk, but they did, and the resulting piece is stunning. But see, trained handlers extracted the silk from 24 spiders at a time. So 24 spiders at a time, but it took, what did I say? Um, More than 1 million to create enough silk for this. So that's a lot of time. It's the piece took 8 years to create and uses fabric not woven in more than a century. So 8 years they worked on this to extract silk from 1.2 million golden orb spiders and then spin it and weave it into this amazing cape. And they didn't dye it. The color in it, it's this beautiful golden color. and that's actually the color that the silk came from the spiders. And when you look at the details that they put into it, the I believe it was embroidery. I don't know if it was woven in. I think it was embroidered on top, and they actually have little spiders spinning silk around flowers and stuff on it. So it's really quite the thing if you get the chance to look it up. Um, Golden cape made with silk from 1,000,000 spiders. So if you look for that, you'll probably find it. The Guardian has a really nice article with lots of pictures in it. So yeah, if you get the chance, take a look at that. That's quite the thing. Okay, now I had to look up another one. In 1709, Francisco Xavier Bonde Saint Hilaire, the president of the Court of Accounts, Adius and Finances in Montpellier, France, presented the Sun King Louis let's see if I get this right, the 14th, with a pair of silvery spider silk stockings woven from hundreds of painstakingly collected egg sacs. Oh, so they took it from the egg sacs instead of straight out of the spider. This other one they were pulling it from the abdomen of the spider. They were still alive. They didn't hurt the spiders, but that's how they got them. These came from the egg sacs. The only difficulty now lies in procuring a sufficient quantity of spider bags to make a considerable work of it. So that was in 1709 that they were making stockings with spider silk. So definitely something that's been done before, but yeah, I just don't know about. I don't think I would ever want to do that. The ancient Greeks used egg sacs to bandage wounds. New Guinea fishermen are known to have woven the webs of orb spiders into nets. In apparel, though, the weaker threads of the silkworm have reigned supreme. I think I like the silkworm ones a little bit better. They're squishy and white, and I don't know. The spiders, I just don't. I don't think I'd. Definitely do not have a fear of spiders, but I just don't think I want to sit and play with a spider to get their silk. Though they say it can be stronger than steel and more tear resistant than Kevlar. Hmm. Although a human can walk through a spider web with relative ease, that's because each strand is only 3,000ths of a millimeter in diameter. Scaled up to a full millimeter, it's estimated that a spider web could catch a helicopter as effectively as it currently entraps flies. And it's also extremely elastic and lightweight. Some silks can stretch up to 5 times their length before breaking, and a strand long enough to encircle Earth would weigh just over a pound. Wow. I still don't think that I would want to sit and play with spiders, so you will not be seeing that on my channel. I will not be spinning spider silk or harvesting spider silk or raising spiders or really anything to do with spiders on my channel. This is a spider-free zone. That is the extent of spiders for this channel. Well, I'm almost done with this cozy little cat bed, and it is so fluffy and cute. Just weaving in the end here in the bottom. If you've enjoyed this, then please make sure and click the like button, and if you'd like to see more, click subscribe. And I'm really happy with how this came out. I'm hopeful that the cat will come to love it as much as I did. So here he is, all finished, just before she jumped out. We'll see you all again soon. Bye.